Hey there everyone, it's MisterStubstep, and today we're going to be opening up a trifecta of tins. I think these came out sometime last year. I purchased them on eBay. I'll have the price down below what I paid per. I think I got them in a bundle on eBay for slightly less than what they normally go. I think they normally retail for $24.99 because they have the packs. And I think these came out around the time that Lost Origin came out with this Giratina V and the Rotom V. And I guess the Gallade V is probably in there as well, or the Gallade. But before I get into these, I do have actually really great pickups to go over. If you usually skip the pickups to go straight to my openings, or vice versa, I highly recommend to look at the pickups today because these pickups are probably the best pickups I've had in a long time. So let's get right into them. First off, we're going to start out slow with these amazing God of War sleeves. Of course, I got them because they have the Kirlia featured right in the middle, so you know the real star is the Kirlia. For those of you not aware, I am a Kirlia Master Set collector, so I pretty much get everything with Kirlia on it. This is straight from the Pokemon Center. It comes with 64 sleeves. I was tempted to get more, so if I ever make a deck in real life instead of just play the online game on my phone, I mean, I'd do the pre-release events, but I've never really dedicated cards to a deck in real life. Maybe I'll use these sleeves. I don't know, but there's a lot of cool sleeves out there, and this is just cool to have in the collection. Or I get enough to sleeve every single Kirlia card in these. That would be intense, though. And I'll have shown the price down below, but they're pretty expensive because I couldn't buy them from the Pokemon Center direct. Next up, we have the next Radiant card to add to the collection. This is the Radiant Charizard from Pokemon Go, so definitely the derpier looking of the two, the other one being from, I think it's Crown Zenith. So I'll eventually get that one, but I'm kind of just going in order. So I think now I have all the Pokemon Go Radiant cards. So I have all the ones from Astro Radiance, all the ones from Pokemon Go, and I'll keep going down the line, so Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, and eventually finishing with Crown Zenith, because my goal is to have a PSA 10 of all these, and it's pretty reasonable. This card was hovering around $90 to $100, but then I was able to get this for $70. I'll have had the price down below, but I got this for like $70 after the shipping costs, and I wouldn't be surprised if this ended up going down to $50. The population's like over 5,000 for this card, and probably growing. This is a nice copy, and I'm very glad to add it to my PSA 10 collection, or my PSA collection in general. And then next, I do have the PSA 9 Delta Species Kirlia Reverse Holo, and I was able to grab, okay, now I know why I was confused. And I was able to grab the Delta Species Kirlia in a 10. So overall, very clean looking card. And that means I actually am going to be going on a trip to Virginia within the next week, so I'm probably not going to list this until I get back because I don't want to list it and then it sells and then I'm not here to ship it off. So, but pleased to get this. I think I got this for a little over $100. I mentioned it in the other video. Do I think these are worth $100? Probably not. But once again, they don't come up very often. I think this one's population is a little bit greater than the previous one that I showed. I think this one's like in the 20s for population. But still, I mean, not super common. They're not going to be listed all the time. But then they're not super desirable or, sought out after cards either. So in reality, what do I think the true value of a PSA 10 of one of these is? Like an uncommon Delta Species Reverse Holo, unless it's like really hard to grade, which, generally they're like average difficulty to grade. I would say these are probably worth $70 to $90. Probably like right around that $80 mark. But if I can get them for $100, I'll get those all day because they're just hard to find. And then I guess I just wanted to show off my non-holo PSA 10 as well. If I had to collect anything, it would be any Kirlias that have holo foil in it. But once again, I'm pretty sure I got this for really cheap. If it's a Kirlia and a 10 that I don't have, I'm probably going to pick it up. And the greatest pickup that I got is in really nice packaging. See that little special delivery Eevee? You think they'll make the special delivery Eevee card? I have no idea. And they use that as the backing on the cardboard. And then it has a little pull tab on the sleeve itself. Like, that is so crazy and genius. And you're probably saying, whoa, that's a terrible looking card. But then you see the front and you're like, whoa, that is a beautiful looking card. And it is a Shining Celebi. Just to keep things simple, this is probably going to be my birthday purchase for the month of April, because my birthday is this month. So yeah, this is my purchase. I wanted to get a Shining Mewtwo because it's the most expensive Shining that I have left, but I just couldn't find any of decent value that wasn't completely destroyed. And don't get me wrong, the back of that looks horrendous, but that front, Celebi's all scratched up, but overall it would look fantastic in a binder. So really glad to have added this to the collection. And I know that was a long session for pickups, but now we can get into these tins. I will show off the back of one of them. Uncover the powers within. 5 packs, and let's see what the pack selection is. Let's see if the pack selection holds up. All right, let's open these up. All right, so y'all might think this is silly, but this is the protective thing that the promo comes in that sticks right on the front. And for some reason, the Giratina one came with 2. So it had an extra sandwich in there. So I just thought that was interesting. Nothing crazy of note, but we have the Rotom V promo to start out. really nice. There is some Rotom V decks out there. I've played a handful on PCTGL, and I've actually lost to one before because I just wasn't expecting it. And then by the time I figured out what they were doing, I was like, oh no, I'm screwed. There's that code. We have the Gallade V, which is nice. I've never played against a deck that had Gallade V. There is the one Gallade that a lot of people have been using that you can find a supporter each turn, which is pretty nice. I think it's like Buddy Catch or something like that. And I'm actually going to save that code for later in the video. And then we have the Giratina V, which is probably the most competitive out of these three. Not as common in Lost Box decks as before rotation, but Giratina V, well, I guess still technically rotation hasn't happened at the time of filming this video, but it's still a very powerful, popular card with the Shred, and then, you know, when it evolves to the V-Star. And I actually will be keeping the Giratina code for myself. If that was the only reason you came to this video, I'm sorry, but I wanted to keep at least one of the 10 codes for myself, and the Giratina V one just makes the most sense. Please let me know down below which one of these, or which two of these 10s you like the best, or which one you like the least, because they will be replacing those two Galarian birds in the background. I know Crown Zenith is the most recent, but I do it based off what I've opened recently. I personally like the Giratina one the best, but please let me know down below, and that will change the background. And then let me know which one will win based off of pull rates. We'll start going from left to right with the Rotom V. Oh, and let me talk about the pack selection. It's an excellent pack selection. 2 Lost Origin, 1 Fusion Strike, and 2 Evolving Skies. I'm going to get 6 Evolving Skies today. That is kind of ridiculous. And I probably will be saving like 1 code from the packs from each 10, just so I can get me some stuff to open. It's going to be interesting. Oh, dang, me taking the cards off the camera. There might be people that say that I'm inserting pulls or something like that, which I can understand. Mirage Gate, always a useful card. A lot of the Lost Box decks that I've been playing are like the single prize versions, and they just try to out prize trade you, which, you know, I guess is a technique. Got the Spiritomb, which it has an attack based off of how many Spiritomb is in the discard pile, which I have definitely seen people use that before. And we're moving on to another Lost Origin. So please let me know how you guys have been doing. Let me know any new things that have been happening in your life. It can be nerdy or collectible related, or it can be completely different related. I was applying for new jobs last month, and then some things on my timeline with this job changed, so I'll probably start applying for jobs again when I get back from Virginia. So maybe I'll do some type of like vlog, or at least some type of documenting while I'm in Virginia and produce a video that way, but I'll have to make some videos ahead of time. We have a full art Magnezone V. That is quite nice. And I actually really like the colors on this, and it is, wow. People use, I've seen a few decks that use the Magnezone V. I mean, with the new Miraidon decks, I feel like a lot of people are inserting like unique text in there just to see what works and everything, just to make their deck a little bit more special. And there are a lot of variants now that Electric is getting some love. So, looks like the Rotom V deck is coming strong, and it's also, you know, keeping with the theme. Wow, this Fusion Strike is very loosey-goosey, so we'll see what we can get in some Fusion Strike. I am in the process of completing a Fusion Strike Master Set, but unfortunately I'm missing the Gengar and Espeon alternate art VMAXs, so those are quite expensive, and their price just continues to climb. So I probably won't be getting those anytime soon, but hey, I'm pretty close on Fusion Strike in general. I think I have less than 10 cards that I need for the set. And then we have 2 Evolving Skies. Oh my gosh. If I get any alternate arts in this video, I'm done. I've actually had a really good what is up with this pack? Oh my goodness. That was the weirdest feeling ever. Oh, and these are also the new style as well. But let's see what we got going on. So Fort Wayne recently, yeah, see, look how dusty those are on the back, just to start out. So Fort Wayne, the time of filming this, I think they had their regional tournament this past weekend. That's like the last big tournament that's going to that happened prior to rotation. And I won't spoil the finals. I highly recommend at least watching the finals if you're into the game at all, because it's interesting just to see their thought process and, you know, how they change stuff together and everything. But it ended up being a Gudra versus a Lugia V-Star. So, hey, the Regidrago holo. Nice. Almost put this in my Regidrago deck at one point. And speaking of my Regidrago deck, I have finally done a little test with all of the free decks that they gave you. And so I started rebuilding my Regidrago deck after rotation, which has been interesting to say the least. I tried using Capturing Aroma, the one where you like flip a coin, and if it's like heads, you can get an evolution Pokemon. If it's tails, you can only get a basic. And I'm gonna be honest, it was so inconsistent, it was making me rage, and I couldn't get, you know, my Arceus V-Star. Like, people Quick Ball and Evolution Incense made the game so fast. It's so crazy how much slower. I mean, the game is still really fast, but it's so much slower now compared. Whoa. We getting some VMAXs too, and the Evolutions, of course. I mean, there's a buttload in this set, but the Leafeon VMAX is very beautiful. A lot of these have the same coloration, but the green goes really well with the green Leafeon. So the Rotom V might be a very hard tin to compete with. If you called the Rotom V, then you're winning. And I will give this code really quick. So now all the codes have been given, for the tins at least. And let's get into this. I'll save this one Lost Origin for myself. Pulling it off the screen, sliding in a gold rare in the back. So, you know, you got to do it for the content, right? Get those really amazing pulls in the back. Let's see if we get anything good. Skwovet's always a greedy son of a gun, but that new Skwovet card is actually pretty useful with B-Barrel, Hariyama. Love that artwork, and the Poliwrath. I pulled another Poliwrath. Okay. So yeah, my new Regidrago deck, Capturing Incense, was kind of meh. I started messing around with some of the trainer cards just like to get the consistency back up again, and I added an extra line with B-Barrel because there's just not as many like good draw. It's been interesting. So I wanted to remake that deck first and foremost to see where it would be, but I think I might try the Gardevoir EX deck next. But out of all the free decks that they gave, the one that I had the most fun with was the Dialga V-Star. Like that one where you can get, it's like the Star Chronos, and you can do 2 turns back to back, and then you use the Magnezone to get a bunch of energy and attach it like in any way you like or whatever from the top of your deck. Oh, that is a good one. This is a very good card. If you have this card in your bulk, consider putting it apart. I don't think it's worth over $1, but it's definitely worth more than, you know, the normal 1 cent or less than a cent bulk rates that people are going for right now. Definitely have faced a lot of Cramorants. All right, so yeah, the Dialga V-Star, I actually really enjoyed that. See, look at that. What is this? See that line, that massive just print line going right down? Like that is just straight up damage. Like if that's a good card, I'm gonna have to list that as like moderately played. Hey, Judge. Judge is relevant. It's nice. I thought Judge would put stuff on the bottom of the deck, but it literally just shuffles it back in the deck, so it's definitely not as savage as Marnie is. But sometimes if you're trying to draw different cards, it's also nice, because then you know for sure you're not going to draw those cards. When you shuffle it into your deck, there's always a chance you could draw the exact same cards again if you're trying to thin stuff down and get to the cards that you actually want. So just staying along the same theme, I played the Palkia V-Star deck, and I'm sorry, without the Inteleon line with Drizzile and Shady Dealings, it doesn't feel the same to me. It doesn't give the same consistency and options, and I just really wasn't feeling it. I get like some people are still piloting the Palkia Origin Form Palkia V-Star, but I wasn't feeling it anymore. And then I also tried the Superior V-Star deck. Grass is my favorite type. I love everything about the grass type, but the way the grass decks play, I'm just not a huge fan. Like the Superior V-Star deck, I actually ended up winning the second game that I played with it. My opponent was just misplaying hardcore, but I don't know. It just didn't feel fun, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. And actually, the deck that I ended up winning against was a fire deck, which is funny. That should have been an easy dub for them, but they, I guess, having dead draws or whatever. I don't know. It's so weird opening up Evolving Skies, though. My goodness. Next time rotation happens, Evolving Skies will be on the chopping block, which is interesting. And Lilligant. So Gallade V sucks. Wow. Okay, then. Giratina V. Can you beat a full art and a VMAX and a holo? That's a tough order, but I think if anyone can do it, it is Giratina V. Let's see what else we have. Oh, so I recently reached 1,250 subscribers, so I want to thank all of you, and the reason why I'm thanking you at that random number is because my next milestone in my head is 2,500 subs, and 1,250 is exactly half of that, so just want to thank you guys all for the support. If you've recently come by, you know, I really enjoy everything. At any time you can spend 1 second on my videos, I'm extremely appreciative of that, because, I mean, you don't have to. Like, there's so many other things you could be doing, so many other videos you could be watching, but you chose to spend a little bit of time here, and I truly appreciate that. I do enjoy making these videos, and that is why I make them. So, yes. And, oh yeah, at 2,500 subs, I will be doing a giveaway, and yeah, the giveaways will just ramp up and get better and better and better. So it was awesome to do my previous giveaway at 1,000 subs and then see people send photos of them receiving the packages, because it's always like worrisome. You send all this stuff out and you hope that it actually makes it to the destination safely. Manectric and the Greedent. Okay, yeah. I mean, Evolving Skies could hold it down and just completely blow past everybody, but... so also... Oh, these packs are just so much looser. I recently finished... So I talked about the short stories from Attack on Titan. This is going to the manga. And where I'm at in the manga, it's like halfway through Season 3. And so for those of you not aware, I'm rereading Attack on Titan for the first time, going all the way through, and then rewatching the episodes as I go through, because, you know, the second part of the final season is coming out later this year in the fall. And I recently got the newest box set, and it's pretty nice. It comes with another set of short stories, which I'm super excited about, because the short stories, to my knowledge, have never been animated or anything like that, so it's just super exciting for me. Galarian Core Sola, and we have 2 more Evolving Skies packs while they hold it down, so I'm excited to have more manga to read. I just usually read like a chapter a day, and then, yeah, it's exciting. Because before I was, like, binging, like, I'd read one entire volume in a day, and I'm like, well, these are going to get pretty expensive, because I think retail for them is like $10, $11 US per book. You get them in a box set, you can get them for a little bit cheaper. But on Amazon, they actually have some good prices, so I've just been getting them off of Amazon. Usually they have, like, little sales. And then I also played I should have talked about this before. I also played the Regieleki VMAX deck, but the Regieleki VMAX deck that they give you for free doesn't include Miraidon, which is kind of a huge oversight. I know a lot of people were supposed to get the Miraidon deck, and they didn't end up getting it. I don't think I got it either, and that's probably the most popular deck being played right now, and it looks like we got something. We got the Volcarona V. Definitely have pulled plenty of these, and I really like this artwork. It's a really nice artwork for the V cards. A lot of people hate on the V cards, but there's a lot of V cards that have a really nice artwork, so I guess if we get an alternate art or a secret rare in this, then Giratina V might have the dub, but we'll see. But please let me know what tins you want to see in the background, because it's kind of fun to adjust the background, and then when I look back at some of my old videos, like based on the background or based on how I'm filming the video, it really, you know, it almost provides a timestamp of when I was making those videos and everything, so it can be kind of interesting. And finally, my air conditioning at the place that we live, because we live like in a high-rise, it's been down for like the past 2 weeks. So it's been, of course, as the temperatures heat up, that's when the AC goes down, and it's been quite warm. So, and we're pulling some cool down Ludicolo right here with the Enthusiastic Dance. A lot of people use the Enthusiastic Dance because when you evolve within that turn, your Pokemon's attacks do 100 more damage. So you can do some really nice comeback mechanics, what have you, or just do a ton of damage to knock out big Pokemon for 3 prizes or 2 prizes, or if you have, what is it, the Sky Seal Stone that can net you an extra prize. I can't remember. It's either the Sky or the Earth Seal Stone. It's one of them. But yeah, that's actually all I have for this video. Please let me know what you thought. Let me know what your favorite pickup was. Let me know which tin you thought was going to win. And please let me know which tins you wanted to see be added to the background. And if you don't let me know, I'm just going to add the tins that I like to see up there. So I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Give me any feedback down below in the comments, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.